What's up, everybody? I'm back! Yeah! All right, let's go fishing. I don't know if my boat and rod and lures or nothing even knows who I am anymore. It is Sunday morning at 8:15. I'm just getting out here. I haven't. I'm going to start trolling. And we'll see what happens. Water temperature 36 degrees, and I'm only in 15 foot of water. I started way short. I've got a southwest wind blowing, so I'm headed east. I'm trolling east, and I've got kind of a quartering on my stern chop behind me. It's very, 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 very nice out here right now. Air temp is 40 degrees. Water temp is 36. I'm putting a 3-rod spread out right now. I'm going to have 2 deep diving something, and I may run a lead core. I may run a 3rd deep diving. I'm shallow right now in 14, so I won't run a lead core in here. Even a 2-color, which is only getting you down 10 feet, plus what the lure, whatever you put on it, and even a straight bill, you know, Junior Thunderstick or Smithwick will take it down another 3 or 4 feet on its own. So I don't want it scrubbing bottom. So I'll wait till I get probably 18 plus feet before I put a lead core out. Like I say, in this time of year, I'm just running 2 colors. Beautiful December morning. It is December 8th. Yeah, December 8th. Yesterday was December 7th, the Memorial of D-Day, December 7th, 1941, the day will forever live in infamy. And so we hope you all hear us, and I'm sure you do. There must be a line of communication somewhere up there, out there, underwater. There's got to be. All right, we can leave it at that. As I say that, watch, look at this. As I look to the east. Oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Coming right down through like it's coming right down out of heaven. Love it. Love it. I never, ever get tired of seeing the rise every morning. Absolutely incredible out here, and it's always different every day. I noticed the other day, I'm gonna redo my planer board mast right here, because I noticed the other day that I never really paid attention when I got them, and this is always coming up and jumping out. Well, it's because I don't have it strung right. Maybe I can show you what I'm talking about. So on this upper pulley right here, you can see that there's the guards right there on either side. When I rigged, yeah, that's the guard right there, and that's the guard. That means that that line's supposed to run in that pulley track and underneath that. And like a dummy, when I rigged this, I went through the top, which is wide open. So now what I'm going to do is, I have no way of holding this. So now you can see I have it rigged properly. Comes through, up and over. And now, the reason for that is it can't jump up and out of that. That's the whole point. So there's a little quick rigging 101. Join me for more tips. Sound like an FM DJ. Hot 107.9 coming at you live from Oneida Lake. I think I missed my calling. Now it just goes out on its own. I let it go as far as I want it to go out. Pretty handy. It's far enough for this side. This is the soak. I'll tell you why this is far enough, because somebody will say, oh, that's not very, you don't run them out very far. All right, well, right now, it's only me. I can only run 3 rods. and this is the upwind side. So trying to get releases going down that planer board line, you can do it. It's a pain in the butt and it takes forever. And when I put this side out right here, as you'll see shortly, I'll put it out there 3 times farther than that because I'm going to run 2 rods out that side. And it's the downwind side, so when you put your release down the line, it goes right down the line, which I'll show you. All right, just so you can see for reference, I won't zoom. So there's my upwind board on the starboard side of the boat, which would be the south side as I'm headed east. And there's my other board on the port side, on the downwind side of the boat, and it's out there considerably farther. And I got it properly strung. So look at me, I'm cooking with gas. My Great Lakes planer board is now actually rigged to its fullest potential. So now I'm going to start putting stuff out, and let's see what we put out. All right, first JT Ascendant 8-foot medium action rod. I love these rods. They're so sensitive. The tip tells you exactly what's going on out there. If you're trolling in a time of year where you got to worry about weed and vegetation floating in the water column and whatnot, these tips on this JT trolling rod, these are premium trolling rods. These aren't crank them down in the downrigger and leave them there all day their whole life. Like these are trolling rods, walleye trolling rods, whether you're running an inline board on these or like I am off a board. Even coming through that release, I can watch these tips, and I do. I'm constantly watching these tips, and I can see these lures working. So first lure out this morning is a 9D Flicker Minnow. Silver, dark back, purple, little pink belly undertone. It's a dark, overcast day. I'm assuming the first set I'm going to put out is going to be, everything's going to be a little darker. So we'll see. First one going back. I'm in 15 foot of water. I'm going to put it back 75 feet. Route out. Standard. This is what? Black and silver shad wrap. What is this, like a 9 maybe? We'll see. All right, last one out. I'm gonna put my old standby out there, my Imogene. This one has got teeth marks all over it because we got to catch fish too before we can figure out what they want. So see if we can get one going on this old faithful here. Heck. Got one rod here. This is the upwind side. There's the release down there. And over here, I got 2 rods. There's the releases out there. So now they're on the clock. So it's 8:40 right now. So by 9 a.m., if I don't have a bite, I'll start changing lures. You know, so now that means that the first one's been out there for at least 10 to 15 minutes longer. So 20 to 30 minutes going through an area where, you know, I'm marking fish here. I haven't really been paying attention yet, but there's fish here. Not in a new spot. I'm not in a new body of water. I came right back out to where they should be. I'm in 17, headed out a little deeper right now, and heading east. And it's just a matter of when we run into them. We will run into them. Stay tuned. All right, so it's been 10 minutes. I just hit my first one on the Emma colored flicker shad. I got a walleye coming in right now, and I'm doubled because the rod behind me, as soon as I get this fish taken care of, I'll get that one. This first one is barely hooked. Barely hooked. One of 6 possible barbs. All right, I got them both. And first one was a keeper. This one is not a little guy. That's on the black and silver, but look at, he woofed it. He was not messing around, which is probably also why he didn't come off, because he's been out there for about 5 minutes. Pretty little guy. That's the future. What's up, everybody? I'm getting ready to pull my last rod and get out of here. I hit 2 fish in the first 20 minutes on a double, and I kept trolling east. I was covering some water. I was looking for, to see what I saw. I've had a pretty good picture. I have not moved another rod all day. So I had just those 2 bites. I'm gonna pull my last one right now, so hang out for a minute. All right, that'll do it. I will see you out here tomorrow morning. Keep your tip up. One last thing I forgot, what I've noticed here, being on the water every day, you see everything, obviously, and if you're paying attention, you can usually gauge what's going to happen in advance. I say that because for all my duck hunters out there, I didn't even buy my stamp this year, and I'm not sure what the season dates are, but I'm pretty sure the split reopens here this week or this coming weekend. And if that's the case, everybody that's hunted a night already this year knows that it's been pretty slim pickings. There's just not many birds yet because the weather had been so nice all through the fall. Well, obviously that's starting to change up north. And when I say up north, I mean 500 to 1,000 miles north of where we are now, well up into northern Quebec. And that area up there's got to freeze over, and that freeze line pushes our birds like anything else. The rampant increase in the populations of resident Canada geese is a direct correlation to the last 25 years winter temperatures increasing, because if things don't freeze solid, or if food sources don't get completely buried under feet of snow, these birds can still feed effectively and comfortably and cut their migration in half or more and stay right here. They don't have to. So migration really is only out of necessity. They are not going someplace historically because that's the only place, that they can go. It's the necessity that's pushed them that far south to escape the winter weather. All that being said, I've seen a tremendous influx today, even since last Monday, of the amount of birds and the variety of birds I saw this morning. So for all you waterfowls, there is a generous mix of divers that I saw today, as well as puddle ducks, incredible amount of dark geese, 3 flocks of white geese, multiple migrating flocks of, I'd say 50 to 100 swans. Pretty incredible stuff. Like, So that means to me that that area I just described, sub-James Bay area in northern Quebec, is obviously freezing or frozen, and it's starting to get them moving. Now, we know that nothing's frozen from here to the St. Lawrence. From the St. Lawrence, that next couple 100 miles north, it's really the same climate as we have. It's not like once you cross the border into Canada, it just becomes, perma ice, year round. So I would think it would be a couple 100 miles north of where we currently are here in upstate New York before you'd find the freeze line. But depending on how far and how fast that comes south, that's what's going to determine how many birds push down between now and late western zone. But that also means that the farther south that freeze line gets, that the minute that this air or this wind current turns back out of the northwest or north, it's instantly going to drop that temperature X number of degrees and bring lake effect with it. The longer we can keep this wind and that jet stream to the north of us, and you can, that southern flow of wind can keep things pushed, keep that cold temperature, big chunk of stick laying in the water. It keeps that, we'll get that warm temperatures because the warm air from the south is keeping a buffer zone and keeping that wind from switching back around. But as soon as it switches around, we could be in wintertime. Also, too, for all of you ice fishermen, again, 36, 37 degrees. I was all the way out into 35 feet of water off of Constantia, so not quite mid-lake, but almost. And it was in the 37, 38 degree range. Again, the way every time we have this influx of up and down temperatures, to me, it retards that scale another couple weeks, almost to a month. Now, it can change fast. Yes, I know that. But you'd have to have a solid week of sub-zero temperatures, certainly below freezing temperatures day and night, to get it to even think about skimming over, let alone, and that's with a couple calm days that keeps that surface from being completely riled up. So my outlook for right now, I assume I'm going to have the boat into New Year's. That's my prediction right at the moment. Unless we see something drastically different on the horizon, I think I'm planning on ringing in 2025 that morning on Oneida Lake in my boat. So we'll see. Stay tuned. Thanks for joining me. Keep your tip up.